Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. Mr. Mercedes is the new US television show that is based on the Stephen King book, and it tells the story of a retired detective who is teased and hounded by a serial killer that he never managed to catch. And this serial killer did something really quite disgraceful and disgusting, and mowed down a crowd of people in a Mercedes, killing, I think, 16 people. And the case was never solved, and this detective is now retired, and the killer contacts him on his laptop, basically teasing him, saying, "You never caught me," and showing some disgusting images of the things that he did that day. Now, this show, I'm normally pretty up on all the shows that are coming out in the following year, sort of thing. And I normally earmark a lot of shows that interest me that I want to watch. Certainly check out the pilot episodes. And this wasn't on it. I didn't know an awful lot about this show. I saw a trailer a couple of months ago. Looked okay. But this show has been getting a lot of buzz, to the point where I've been seeing things saying this is the finest adaptation of Stephen King's work ever. Even a couple of quotes I've seen, which I find hard to believe. I mean, there's some really good stuff out there. Shawshank, for a start, things like that. And Misery. So there are some good adaptations of Stephen King's work, as well as some terrible ones, we know. But this has been generating an awful lot of buzz, so I thought I would give this a go. And I watched the pilot episode last night, and I have to say, it blew me away. Absolutely outstanding pilot episode. Got me absolutely gripped, and I can't wait to carry on watching this show. The acting is absolutely out of this world, certainly by Brendan Gleeson, who plays the retired detective. I mean, he's a great actor anyway, but my God, he's so great in this show. He played this character absolutely fantastic. Bill Hodges is called the character. And the guy that plays Mr. Mercedes is a guy called Harry Treadway, who plays the serial killer. Now, interestingly, while I was researching this, I discovered that Anton Yelchin, who unfortunately died last year, I think it was last year, or the year before, when his car rolled into him on his drive in Hollywood or something like that. Unfortunately, he passed away, which was tragic, but he was actually cast as the serial killer in this show before his passing. So I thought that was an interesting fact. And also I've read that Stephen King, when he wrote this character of Bill Hodges, actually had Brendan Gleeson in mind when he was writing the character. Now, a lot of authors say this sort of thing, especially when they're acting as an executive producer, which I think Stephen King is with this show. So he might be blowing a bit of smoke up Brendan Gleeson's backside there. I don't know, but this is what has been quoted by him. Now, I do warn you, if you are thinking of watching this show, I mean, the first thing you see when this show starts is there's a disclaimer basically saying this show depicts images that may well disturb you, something along them lines. And they are not kidding. The first 10 minutes of this episode was harrowing to watch. I do warn you. I've seen some pretty intense stuff in my time, but it really is really hard to watch and really quite upsetting. So be warned, but massively impactful. There's other scenes in the episode as well where the serial killer has interactions with his mother that are a bit disturbing, to say the least. But overall, an outstanding pilot episode, one of the strongest I can remember since Breaking Bad. I mean, Breaking Bad, I remember that was like a slap in the face, it was that good. And this is along them lines for me. Outstanding start to a show. Highly recommend you catch this series, this show. It looks fantastic. It's going to be a great taut thriller for sure.